Okay, 10 minutes to goers. In our last seminar, the seminar we hold a monthly live seminar for members of the group, we talked about this shape and how to invade, and how the obvious defensive move is a bad move for black. But first of all, let's go back and look at how we get to this, because this is a very common shape. So let's go all the way back to the start and find out how this came about. So that's right at the start of the game. Black plays an upper left, 4-4. White plays lower right, 3-4. And it's the 3-4 is the key, because now black plays the upper right 4-4. White plays a 4-4 in the lower right. And then black does the high approach move. And we've talked about this high approach move in this basic Joseki. This is the attached drawback Joseki. So white attaches, black hanes, white draws back. Black fixes the defect in the shape, connects solidly. White extends along the side, black extends along the base. And then white can move out from the 4-4 corner and make this point. And the key point about this shape at M3 is the one space. It's one space away from the black stone, and there is another one space at H3 in between the black wall and the white stone. So in this position, normally what we would expect to see is black defend to protect this, and then that effectively gives that black group a living shape. White gets sente, white can play elsewhere, enlarge the right hand corner, or indeed do an approach on the top side or whatever. Occasionally, and it's more than occasionally, your opponent will not make that response and play elsewhere on the board. And if your opponent plays elsewhere, then you get to make this invasion, which is a very powerful invasion, as we'll see. So white invades in between. Now, what does black do? Well, what's interesting to me about this shape is that there is an obvious move for black, and the obvious move is the shoulder hit. Normally this is a good move. We like the shoulder hit. It's very common, and it actually looks a good move in this situation to actually absorb and envelop that white stone. But actually this is a mistake. It's a mistake by black. It's not the right move, and if your opponent makes this move, then you have the opportunity to punish, and that's what this video is about. So we consider this move, the J4 move, an error by black, and we'll look at the correct move later. White comes up in response to the shoulder hit, and then black caps on top. All very normal. What does white do now? Well, the key move for white, and this is a bit like in the corner Joseki, the corner punishment Joseki that we considered in our first video, is white descends. And by descending, white creates two connection points. White can connect to the left hand corner at A, or white can connect out to the right hand side and the two stones on M3 and Q4 by playing B. And we look at that and we go, well, can't black stop that? So let's look at black's options. If black descends on this side, to block white coming out and connecting to the corner, white can connect here. And the important thing to notice now is that black has two cutting points, the two triangle points, so the cutting points for in black shape. So black's going to find it very difficult to prevent white from splitting his stones into two weak groups. And as we've talked about before, much of Go is about the battle between groups of stones, strong and weak groups. And by separating your opponent, you create two weak groups. As we only ever get to play one stone a turn, one of those is likely to come under severe attack and die. But what are the options for black now? Well, white is connected, and you should be able to see that the three stones on H2, 3, 4 are absolutely connected to the corner. There's no way that black can break that connection. And black's only got two moves. If black plays here to connect the stone on H5 to the corner and build a group there, white will simply cut here. And now the three stones, the J4 and the K2 and 3 stones, will come under very severe attack, whichever way black attarries that stone. The other alternative for black is to come here and connect on this side, in which case white cuts here. And again, because the pillar of 3 on the H line is absolutely connected to the corner, black's little triangle of 3 stones again is going to come under severe attack, and black is left with only half a group along the K and J lines. So those are the two outcomes that happen when we leave two cutting points. So we can see that this doesn't really work. White's going to get some advantage and some damage. What about the other way? What if black actually attaches to white in this direction, and so blocks white's connection to the corner. Well, white plays here, and black still has two cutting points. There are still two cutting points in white shape, and white is connected out. But you might say, well, can't black honey? But the honey is another mistake. Black cannot honey here. If black honeys, then white will simply come out this way. If black cuts, thinking he can fight this out, make a liberty race out of this, if black cuts here, white honeys again, and ataris the black stone on h5. Black moves out, white ataris again, black connects, and white kills. So the three stones, the black three stones on the right hand side are now dead. What does black get out of this? Black can make a move now in this position and make an eye, but the exchange is very bad for black in the sense that white has killed the three stones and capped three stones and the one stone on L2, and has made a huge defensive shape on the lower side leading over to the right corner, and that nice stone placed there on Q4. And indeed white has got another 15 or so points of territory on the left hand side, and black's got nothing out of this exchange. This was black's invasion, and black is now running scared with only one eye. This is a very bad outcome for black. If we go back, let's just look again. So we're actually saying that this move doesn't work, nor does this move. Both of those are failures. So there's nothing we can do to stop white connecting if this situation happens, which means that when we go all the way back, the bad move is this one. It's this shoulder hit is the bad move, because as we said, it leads to this shape and then those two ways out. So what should we do in this situation? If we're here, the only move for black, the only move is to come on top. And white comes on top, black comes on top, white honeys under, black connects, and white comes and lives out. This is also another bad outcome for black. White has got points on the left hand side, white has got points on the right hand side. Yes, it's possible for black to invade somewhere around 03, somewhere around here for example, but white will simply come out and put black's wall under really severe attack, because notice that black's wall has got no eyes. It's just a shape facing out to the center, in this case against the San Rinsei. So this is not a good outcome for black. And we also have to notice in this situation, that black cannot come up like this. Black cannot prevent white connecting out. So white hanes, black hanes, white comes up, black blocks, white ataris once, black connects, white ataris again, black extends, white ataris again, black connects, and white kills the four stones. So again, everything on the right side has died, and the outcome is a disaster for black. In a similar way, black once again can make one eye here and then has a one eye group running out for the center, whereas white is making a lot of territory on both sides of that black group. This is not a good outcome for black. So let's just run all the way back. Let's just go all the way back down chain. See it again. Black, white, black, white. This is our Joseki. This is the attached drawback Joseki. Draw back, connect, jump to protect the side, the points on the side for white. Black extends to make a base. White comes in one space away to take that base. Black ignores and white invades. This is the correct move. It's the only correct move for black, even though the outcome isn't great. But this move is a disaster because of this sequence and white's ability to connect out in both directions. Okay, I hope that that's clear. I hope that helps your understanding. Please, if you've got any questions, any doubts, post in the comment section under the video, and I hope that you can try that out and use that sequence in your games. See you guys.